Tonight, a story lost through history is being brought to light as two unlikely artists team up to tell the story of Hibbing's past. Plus, a downward trend while local health officials are raising a red flag as vaccine appointments remain unfilled and doses go unused. And later, Wisconsin anglers will be hitting the water in just a few days, and one local community is hoping to get an economic boost as the governor's fishing opener comes to town.
From CBS3 Duluth, this is the CBS3 News at 10.
Good evening, I'm Kristen Bakke. Thanks for joining us. Vaccination rates across the country are on the decline, according to recent data from the CDC. Here's a graph showing that decline. In the last 2 weeks, the day moving average has dropped by nearly 700,000 vaccinations. It's a similar story here in the Northland, as vaccination clinics are seeing a drop in distribution. CBS3's John Cardinelli spoke with health leaders who are trying to pinpoint the cause of the trend.
2 weeks ago, the Westman Vaccination Clinic in Superior opened.
Right out of the gate, we were pretty much at full capacity that first week.
Dan Beck coordinates the clinic. He says within the last week, he's noticed a different trend.
With the initial capacity, we really only focus on those first doses, so it's about 250 per day that we'd be looking at, and we were dropping more towards 100 to 125 per day.
A drop of around 50%, and a change Beck says he's trying to figure out.
It's difficult to tell what exactly kind of the root cause of this kind of nationwide drop in demand is.
I would say it's slowing down a little bit.
Kathy Ronke, health officer for Douglas County, says the trend is being seen on the county level too, but from her point of view, it's no surprise.
I think the pause that was put on the Johnson & Johnson vaccine has contributed somewhat to people who already were hesitant, as though it was a, see, this is what we were worried about kind of thing.
Another fact Ronke points out is age. In Douglas County, 44% of residents have had one dose of the vaccine, but within those numbers, the county found the majority of those who have received at least one dose are 65 and older, and younger adults make up a much smaller percentage.
A person in their 20s may feel pretty confident that they are going to maybe get mildly ill and then be fine. And they may be, but again, the more hosts that the virus has, the more likely it is to spread.
Ronke says while the trend in vaccinations is going down, she hopes people are opting out for the right reasons.
A person has the right to choose. I am 100% about that. But I hope that choices are being made on a person's knowledge, not an opinion.
Beck says they are now accepting walk-in appointments at the Westman Clinic. You can visit the Douglas County website for more information regarding vaccines. Across the country, millions of Americans are missing appointments for their second vaccine dose. According to the CDC, more than 5 million, about 8%, had missed their second Pfizer or Moderna doses as of early April. According to a report in the New York Times, the reasons people are skipping second doses include issues with second dose appointments, people already feeling protected with just one shot, or if they felt sick after the first dose. The CDC says the second shot is critical in helping protect people from the virus. Dave, sounds like a little cooler for folks by the lake today and a little warmer for those farther away.
Yeah, so hopefully the farther away temperatures are a sign of what's to come.
Yeah.
To some towns as early as tomorrow. So past couple of days have, of course, been cool enough for the support of snow here in late April. Today's high temps, cooler by the lake indeed, upper 30s to lower 40s for a lot of places. Cool spot, Park Point at 39. Hot spot closer to the lake, Silver Bay at 43. But inland, well, we hit 55 for Big Fork, low 50s for Grand Rapids, upper 40s Hayward, and for Watersmead as well. And things should perk up temperature-wise tomorrow. I was going to show the Doppler map, but it seems to have disappeared on me, so I guess it'll be double good here when we get into the main part of the weather. But here's tomorrow's sneak preview forecast. Tonight, there's still a slight chance for a few rain showers, but they go away tomorrow. High pressure takes over, sunshine returns, and normal temperatures of 55 degrees come back. That's just the start of a warm-up. We'll talk about how long that in turn will last in a few more minutes.
Thanks, Dave. A blacksmith turned lawyer turned mayor who decided to go up against giant companies like U.S. Steel more than 100 years ago has a story you might not believe. He's not necessarily a household name, yet the work he did shaped much of what the Iron Range is today. Now, in a unique twist, his story has grabbed the attention of a New York filmmaker and an Iron Range author. In this week's Eye on Mining, we'll tell you a story based in history that to this day remains somewhat of a mystery. The year is 1910. The main character is Victor Power.
He's an Irish-American, first-generation Irish-American lawyer. He starts as a blacksmith working in the mines, actually at a mine near Chisholm. And he put down his hammer and left the blacksmith's forge and became a prominent lawyer.
More than a century later, Vic's story caught the attention of two creators.
Hello?
Aaron.
Yeah.
Carl Jacob calling.
Hey, Carl. How you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. How you doing?
Good. We're pen pals now.
Yeah.
Pretty interesting, pretty interesting coincidence we got going on.
That's the start to the first conversation between Iron Range author Aaron Brown and New York-based filmmaker Carl Jacob. Unbeknownst to them, they had been researching Vic's story at the same time.
It almost seems like as we've been digging, we're finding evidence that he was erased.
Which makes the story even more compelling.
And that's how the podcast Power in the Wilderness was born.
It's like a buddy cop movie. Carl is the hip, cool, not quite by the regs detective, busts heads, and I'm the guy from accounting who's been sent down to keep him in line.
As the duo explores Hibbing's history, their curiosity in Vic's story is rooted in their own upbringing.
Growing up in Minnesota, growing up in Hibbing specifically, there were these relics of this bygone era that I never understood.
Well, I've been writing about the Iron Range and the history of the range for a long time, and the name Victor Power was kind of tucked away in my mind from a long time ago because he is a pretty significant figure in Hibbing history. Not many people know much about him, but he did a lot of impressive things for a small town back in the early days of the Iron Range. I wanted to go back in time to see what was going on.
What they found was a part of history they hadn't heard before.
The most shocking thing was the fact that this story actually existed.
The Iron Range was built around the mining industry, which put much of the control in the hands of companies like U.S. Steel. That is, until Vic Power.
He is a man with, tragic flaws. He was kind of bigger than life, very ambitious. Lived a little fast, and he actually died quite young.
While his life was short, it was impactful. As mayor, Vic took on a corporation no one else would.
He was willing to tax the mines at what he thought was a fair rate, which of course the mines disagreed with. And it led to an enormous political battle between the mines and the village. And it actually, the money he was bringing in through tax revenue built Hibbing. He paved the streets, he built sewers, lights, parks. It was really the envy of northern Minnesota.
It's a story that elevates this idea that really has roots in the American dream. That someone who is passionate about something, that is doing it from the heart for the good of many people, and for some reason it was decided collectively that this story needed to be buried.
As they dig up Hibbing's past virtually from more than 1,000 miles apart.
We do have a signaling system normally, usually involving Carl cutting me off because I have to. Yeah, there it is.
They've taken on their own roles in the story that become clear to the listener.
There's just so much knowledge in your brain, Aaron, that you speak so freely that we sometimes need to direct the conversation in a way that will really hit the greatest hits of the story instead of hearing the historical background of every element. But I couldn't do the podcast without you because of that also.
Carl and I come at this, we have this shared experience of growing up on the range about the same time, but he left and I stayed. And that's given us this like two-camera view of the story that I think informs each of us and checks some of that.
As the story plays out,
he also saw something that I don't think a lot of people at the time were thinking about, which is that the ore leaving on these train cars out of Hibbing was a temporary resource.
the podcast hosts emphasize the importance of learning from the past as we look to the future.
It's because I feel like there is definitely something that people can get out of it today, that they can apply to their lives today as a result of learning from what the Iron Range was like over 100 years ago.
This is Power in the Wilderness.
You can listen to the full Power in the Wilderness podcast series beginning May 1st. But if you can't wait until then, the first 2 episodes are available on powerinthewilderness.com. Still to come on Live Local CBS 3, during the pandemic, small towns are looking for ways to boost their economy. Will Wisconsin's fishing opener be the answer for Hayward?
Temperatures today rose to the occasion somewhat. Hit 41 today after a high of 34 yesterday. Tomorrow, though, should go back towards normal, which is 55 this time of year. That, in turn, sets the stage for a brief visit towards the 60s. I'll talk about when that's coming across right after our break.
Gail King, Anthony Mason, and Tony DeCopel. Weekday mornings on CBS.
0% financing is back on any new 2021 Prius at Cary Toyota in Superior during the month of April. Or enjoy 0.9% financing on the 2021 RAV4, Avalon, Camry, or Camry Hybrid, as well as 0.9% financing on the Corolla family. Rule the road in a new Supra with low 1.9% financing. Also available for new Highlander and Highlander Hybrid and the all-new Venza and Sienna. Inventory is shrinking fast, so hurry to Cary Toyota in Superior to kickstart your 2021 summer driving pleasure. Voted best car dealer 22 times.
I'm Dr. Jason Huang, and I'm a vascular surgeon at St. Luke's. I'm a very visual learner, and so if I can simplify it and draw it out for me, then I can do that for a patient and really help translate the what, the how, and the why, and then what they can expect before, during, and after an operation. And I really find an immense amount of satisfaction in being able to help my patients. But we have an entire team here, not just myself, that is completely dedicated to taking care of you and getting you through this.
It's a fact. We use our internet and TV more than ever, with most of us spending nearly 7 hours a day online. So it's no wonder thousands of families are switching to Spectrum, because most families have up to 8 connected devices, which means they need even more speed. Switch to Spectrum Internet and get the fastest starting speeds for the price. 100 megabits for just $44.99 a month, with a free modem and free security suite included. Call 833-621-4499. When it comes to TV, we're watching more than ever. In fact, 80% of us watch TV every day. Spectrum TV lets you catch all your favorite sports, news, and more live. Plus, download the free Spectrum TV app and watch on your devices. Switch to Spectrum TV from $44.99 a month. Call 833-621-4499. The fact is, Spectrum has the best services at the best price. Switch to Spectrum Internet and TV from $44.99 a month each with no contracts. We'll even buy out your current contract. Call 833-621-4499.
Isn't it great how swinging through Culvers drive-thru marks the unofficial start to family time? How biting into a hot-off-the-grill butter burger makes worries melt away? And how a fresh frozen custard concrete mixer puts a smile on your face every time? Here, a meal you didn't have to make is a meal made fresh for you. And being greeted with a smile, even beneath a mask, makes all the difference.
There's a reason we put so much care into our food. That reason is you. Welcome to Delicious.
CBS 3 weather is brought to you by Cary Toyota.
Now, the CBS 3 Duluth Weather Max forecast with meteorologist Dave Anderson.
Well, Kristen's saying this cloudier weather near the Twin Ports is getting her down just a little bit, but up to the north, earlier this evening, signs of improving conditions started to appear over Lake Vermilion. Our good friend Pete Mikowski sends us this shot of Fraser Bay, where the clouds are starting to lift, and you can see a little bit of blue sky. Of course, until the sunset. Well, tomorrow the sun's going to rise, probably on a fairly nice clear sky. We're shaking off the rain here overnight and setting us up for at least a Wednesday with a sunnier sky. Rain showers could return as early as Thursday, but even in turn, that would be a brief stay. So a bit of a back and forth battle going on between clear sky and cloud here over the next couple of days. Right now, at the airport in Duluth, current temp is 37, which is a bit cool. 89% is the relative humidity, which of course is a bit high. Easterly wind 10 miles per hour, and air pressure again increasing at the surface as higher pressure creep towards us from the northwest, sufficiently high enough through different levels of the atmosphere by tomorrow to create a clear to partly cloudy sky. We'll call it mostly sunny. It's going to be pretty nice, I think. Current temperatures in the area continuing a bit of a cool down here. Upper 30s for the Upper Peninsula right now, and similar range of temperatures, 36 to 37, wide range going on in Wisconsin. Minnesota's numbers are a little bit wider than that, though, going from, say, 36 for a lot of places on the North Shore, even east central Minnesota, to the 40s farther inland. A sign that things are going to warm up from the west here and try to overtake the cool spell that's been induced really by the cooler by the lake phenomenon here. We just might overcome that for a couple of days, especially to start the weekend. So the coolness will go, warmness will come, but it will not stay forever, just like any type of weather here in our region. Doppler map right now shows that the clouds are thinning out over northern Minnesota, and even that 30% chance for rain showers is fading away very quickly. But in Wisconsin and Michigan, the tail end of this low pressure system could still keep a 50-50 shot for rain going, especially towards the Hayward area. But again, like I mentioned here, it should be gone by tomorrow, taking the showers with it, and higher pressure advancing into our area makes it dry and sunny for Wednesday. Come Thursday, a slightly different story. The high will migrate, lower pressure bubbles up from the southwest again, and we get a 30% chance for showers, which in turn by Friday goes back to sunshine and high pressure and high temps that'll threaten the 60s, at least to start the weekend, as I mentioned. So let's start the forecast with Minnesota's temperature range tonight. Low to mid 30s, mostly cloudy sky, that rain shower chance fading away pretty rapidly, like I mentioned. Sticking around a little bit longer for Wisconsin and Michigan with low temps there, 34 to 40. Tomorrow's daytime high temps, keeping in mind 55 is the normal. In Wisconsin, go 51 to 60 with sunshine. Minnesota numbers 40 to 50 by the lake, low 60s inland, mostly sunny sky. It's getting nicer and nicer all the time. And by Friday, 57. By Saturday, 65 and sunny. There's the best day of the weekend, because by Sunday we get a little cloudier, perhaps a little showerier, and a little bit cooler as well.
Well, Dave, those Saturday temps are good news because the start of Wisconsin's fishing season is Saturday, and that also means it's time for the annual Governor's Fishing Opener. This year, the event, which is in its 55th year, will take place in Hayward. CBS3's Peter Kevakowskis visited Hayward today to learn what that will mean for the local economy.
Wisconsin's Governor's Fishing Opener is making its way back to Hayward this year. Mindy Simons with the Hayward Lakes Visitor and Convention Bureau says it's always an honor to host the event.
It's always special to host the Governor's Opener. It's a wonderful opportunity to have visitors from out of town experience our wonderful Hayward Lakes area. It's great for the businesses because we get a little extra push with the fishing opener being here. And certainly it's just a great kickoff to the summer.
Chris Ruckdaschel, the executive director of the Hayward Area Chamber of Commerce, agrees, especially after a tough year during the pandemic, adding this is the start of a vital season for businesses all across Hayward.
You know, our tourism season is critical to, you know, our downtown businesses, our businesses throughout the area and out throughout the region for that matter. And, you know, Hayward kind of is kind of that hub in the area that it's so vital that we get those visitors here. We're looking forward to a really big season ahead.
The Governor's Fishing Opener festivities are set to kick off Friday with a fish fry and expo. Ruckdaschel hopes that these events and the anglers from all across the state who attend them are nothing but good news for businesses in the area.
We hope that our businesses who are at the ready, they're there welcoming everybody with open arms, are going to experience some success of that as well with people coming to the area. So, certainly our hope is that it's a very productive weekend from a business standpoint.
Simons agrees, but says for now she's hoping for great weather and good times.
And right now it's looking like it's shaping up to be nice weather. We might get some even close to 70 degrees, which would be amazing. But we just hope that everybody comes and has a great time.
For more information and a full list of events, you can head over to our website. Organizers are still encouraging COVID-safe practices during all of the events. While the state does not have a mask mandate in place, Sawyer County recently encouraged residents and visitors to continue wearing masks while inside. Still to come, scammers have been running amok during the pandemic, what the FTC says you should watch out for.
CBS3 Live Cams, brought to you by KohlerChef.com, now featuring the Kohler Express Deal online buying solution. KohlerChef.com, a better way to buy.
Flying from the big city can be stressful with traffic, parking fees, busy concourses, and security lines, and that long drive home. At Range Regional Airport, we take the stress out of flying. We're close to home with free parking, short lines, comfortable lounge, and quick access through security. Take the stress out of flying. Fly Range Regional Airport, Hibbing.
Expanding or restructuring your business? DiscoverPC.net offers wired and wireless network infrastructure updates and upgrades. Looking at working from home or adding remote workers? Need help moving your data to cloud or remote access? Contact DiscoverPC.net.
The new DQ Summer Blizzard menu will take you right into summer. With out-of-this-world brownie batter, iconic drumstick with peanuts, plus favorites like cotton candy, raspberry fudge bliss, and an all-new lineup for all the summer you crave. The new DQ Summer Blizzard menu. Summer's best moments are just one bite away. DQ. Happy tastes good. Get it delivered at DQ.com.
Please join us in our efforts to protect people with disabilities and those Minnesotans most vulnerable to COVID-19.
Access North has partnered with the Minnesota Department of Health to be a COVID community coordinator.
Thank you, Access North, for being an advocate and a resource for people with disabilities.
Contact Access North Center for Independent Living, your local COVID community coordinator resource for people with disabilities.
Let's all work together and we can beat this virus and save lives.
Celebrate Eat Downtown Duluth Restaurant Week, April 19th through the 30th, where you'll find chef specialties at participating restaurants. For a list of restaurants and menus, visit downtownduluth.com. Eat Downtown, April 19th through the 30th. Presented by the Greater Downtown Council.
What they call a snow day, we call a work day. And the resume I leave behind is nothing but clean pavement. That's why I stay prepared for all the depths of winter with a plow that won't back down from a little overtime and takes care of business beyond 9 to 5 and then 5 to 9 without skipping a beat. A plow you'd call a real MVP, the kind only Western builds, to get more jobs done faster.
Get your snowplow from the experts at JM Auto Service. We are Western Snowplow headquarters.
Every day during your birthday month, you can receive up to $30 in club cash.
If it's important to our nation,
the country is facing yet another unprecedented crisis.
it's on Face the Nation, making politics make sense. The why behind the biggest stories. Face the Nation on CBS.
The Federal Trade Commission says over the course of the pandemic, it has tracked more than 400,000 scams related to COVID-19, which have defrauded consumers of nearly $400 million. Lawmakers on Capitol Hill are trying to tackle an uptick in pandemic scams, including criminals contacting seniors offering fake vaccine appointments for money.
An individual who announced on Facebook that he had developed a COVID-19 vaccine and offered to vaccinate consumers for $400 each. And in the course of the investigation, we learned he admitted that he had injected about 30 consumers with his products.
Other scams include stealing personal information while offering to help with funeral services, selling fake sanitizer and masks online, and peddling fake COVID cures, treatments, and counterfeit vaccination cards. Coming up next in sports, Wisconsin finally getting a taste of some high school spring sports. Kelly is in next.
Eye on Mining is brought to you by Range Regional Airport.
Gail King, Anthony Mason, and Tony DeCoppel. Weekday mornings on CBS.
Healthy Systems USA Spring Sale is going on now. Get a free bottle of Healthy Start Spray and lose 30 to 50 pounds in just 2 months with purchase of 1-month program. That's right, 2-month program for 1-month price. Call us today. Limited supply.
Looking for a home run on your next home project? Don't strike out by using someone out of left field who makes errors, balks at your needs, isn't safe, and gives you the squeeze by charging double. Your home improvement company aced my window project, and working with them was a walk in the park. They never sacrifice quality, and you can count on them to avoid curveballs and save you time. Plus, they clean up, which is a big relief. Your home improvement company is a huge hit in Twins territory, even if their owner is a bit of a screwball.
The color, the flowers. The whole place looks amazing. I love it.
Sophia, whatever happens, we're here to protect you.
Thank you. There's no room for fear in your dream home policy from American Family Insurance. Insure carefully. Dream fearlessly.
Ready for spring? Northwest Outlet is with a complete line of fashions for men, women, and the kids. From the North Face and Columbia's entire line. New colors, styles on capris, tees, shorts, rain, wind, and fleece jackets. And UPF sun-rated clothing. Big bargains on sandals, rubber boots, and trail shoes from Keen, Teva, Merrell, Chaco, Columbia, and the North Face. See our huge selection of rubber boots and rain gear for kids. Get smart wool and darn tough socks for the whole family. Northwest Outlet Superior. We'll make sure you look good.
Everything in our garage is inspired by our racing spirit. Race in for a great deal on the Honda Pilot. Only at the Honda Dream Garage Spring Event.
What inspires the owners of the Breeze Inn? It's their passion for good food, good drinks, and good people. The good times start at the Breeze Inn. Open Tuesday through Sunday, 12 to 9. The Breeze Inn, Jean Duluth Road, Duluth.
Helping to make memories for generations. Numi Jewelers.
Healthy Systems USA Spring Sale is going on now. Get a free bottle of Healthy Start Spray and lose 30 to 50 pounds in just 2 months with purchase of 1-month program. That's right, 2-month program for 1-month price. Call us today. Limited supply.
Now, CBS3 Sports with Kelly Hinson.
Well, Minnesota is slightly ahead of Wisconsin on the spring sports front this season. Most high school baseball teams already have 3 or 4 games under their belts. But on the other side of the bridge, it was Superior's season opener today. They host Duluth Denfeld. With 2 outs in the top of the first, Dane Zuck gives one a ride to deep left field, and it's a stand-up double for the Hunters. But Mason Stenberg gets the Spartans out of the jam as Joe Udd pops one up over to right. Carter Kalin takes care of it, and we are scoreless still. Stayed that way until the bottom of the third. Superior has 2 runners on for George Hansen, and there's the hit they were waiting for. Jason Samerzia is in. They added 2 more runs in the 6th, and Superior wins their opener over Denfeld 3-0, the shutout. Elsewhere, Esco shut out 2 Harbors 12-0 in 5. Jackson Okus with 3 hits and 4 RBIs for Esco. Elsewhere, Duluth Marshall took down Cloquet by what seems to be a football score, 24-16. And in the NBA tonight, the Bucks took down the Hornets behind 29 from Giannis. And don't look now, the Wolves could win their 3rd straight game, 108-102, with about a minute left in the 4th at last check. Some crosstown soccer tonight over in Superior as UWS hosts St. Scholastica. First goal of the game in the 7th minute. Hunter Zamzow puts her first touch in the back of the net to give the Saints the lead. But 15 minutes later, Superior had an answer as Lindry Schendel sends it in a corner and Nia Wilson buries it, all tied up at the half. It stayed that way for a long time until the 71st minute. Morgan Friday gets behind the defenders and makes it count. The Saints grab the lead right back. And that is how it sits at last check. And to baseball. Twins fans, it's okay to start banging your head against a wall. 7 out of 8. That is the number of games the Twins have lost tonight. Game 2 against the Tribe out of Cleveland. Top of 4, Twins had the lead, and they gave up 3 runs, so they lost the lead. But with 1 out and a runner on second, Twins' Williams Astudillo lines this pitch to right field, scoring Nelson Cruz from 3. So this game was tied at 3. But the Indians go on to win at 7-4 thanks to a pair of homers from Franmil Rise and a pair of RBI from Jose Ramirez. The Brewers were looking for a bounce back tonight against the Miami Marlins. All square in the bottom of the second, stay hot. Tyrone Taylor, why not go for the deepest part of the yard? Brewers take the lead with that shot, but it didn't last long. Old friend Jesus Aguilar takes Adrian Hauser into the bullpen out in right. So we are back to a tie ball game. We move on to the 5th. Luis Urias coming in clutch for the Brew Crew. Josh Hader slams the door at the end, and Milwaukee wins it 5-4 the final. The 2021 NFL Draft is now just 2 days away in the city of Cleveland, looking ready to go. Thousands of NFL fans will be on hand as the draft gets underway, and Commissioner Roger Goodell begins calling names and handing out hugs. A select number of prospects and invited guests will be on hand for the event. The 86th NFL Draft begins Thursday night with the Jacksonville Jaguars' first pick, expected to be Clemson quarterback Trevor Lawrence. The first round of the draft is Thursday night and continues through Saturday. And the Wolves win. That's going to do it for sports. We'll be right back after the break.
CBS3 closed captioning is brought to you by Essentia Health Pharmacies, keeping things safe, simple, and convenient through mail, local delivery, drive-through, and curbside pickup services.
That's a pretty tight spot.
Watch this.
Your Buick Parks and stuff. That's so you.
Of course you know where we're going. That's so you.
Kinda got a 6th sense.
And a head-up display.
They're here.
You brought all these players in your Buick?
Yep.
So you.
It is.
At the heart of every Buick SUV is you.
Get $2,700 purchase cash on Encore GX models. Plus, current eligible Buick owners get an additional $750 allowance. Visit your Lake Country Buick dealer.
One day, and I hope not far from now, friendly handshakes and hugs will return.
I cannot wait to have a potluck with families and friends.
I can't wait to dance on the powwow trails again.
Reconnect with one another.
Get all the kids together.
Go to kindergarten.
For everyone to meet our son, Anthony.
What I'm most looking forward to is performing again. As long as we do our part, I believe we'll get back to that real soon.
My doctor said I needed an MRI, but I did not want to get into a tube. Then I found out St. Luke's Center for Diagnostic Imaging has an open-sided MRI that has more room and is way more comfortable. That I could do. And my doctor got accurate answers to get me back where I need to be. If you need an MRI, don't put it off. I chose CDI, the only high-field open MRI in the area. At CDI, they specialize in answers.
Attention everyone on Medicare. Did you know that millions of Americans over 65 on Medicare may not be getting all the benefits they deserve right now in 2021? With all the news about the virus and vaccines, everyone eligible for Medicare is encouraged to call 800-758-2204 now for your free, no obligation Medicare benefits review. 2021 is here. You may be able to save money and receive additional benefits like home prescription delivery and expanded at-home telehealth visits. Call now to find out if you're eligible for a plan that includes benefits like free hearing aids, free eyeglasses, free meal delivery, and free rides to medical appointments. You may also be eligible for $0 monthly premiums, $0 deductibles, or $0 copays, plus benefits including dental, vision, hearing, and prescription drugs. You don't get these savings and additional benefits automatically, so call now. There is no obligation to enroll. The call and Medicare benefits review are absolutely free. Call 800-758-2204. 800-758-2204.
Men's wardrobe provided by Mainstream Fashions for Men. Our buy one, get one for $1 suit and sport coat sale is now in progress. Hundreds of options. Mainstream, downtown Duluth.
Kelly, your favorite thing, we're going to talk about space. Yes! Okay. NASA's Ingenuity helicopter continues to outdo itself. On Sunday, it successfully flew for the 3rd time on Mars in a week. According to NASA, the helicopter logged a flight that went faster, farther, and bolder than the previous ones, exceeding speeds and distances beyond what it proved capable of doing during testing on Earth. A camera aboard NASA's Perseverance Mars rover captured this video of the journey. The helicopter climbed 16 feet, the same altitude from its second flight, but this time it increased speed from 1 to about 4.5 miles per hour. Continuing to advance, and we're advancing towards some sunshine, I hope.
And some warmer temperatures,
right.
too, my friends. Let's take a look at the upward trends, at least to start the week ahead. 55 tomorrow with sunshine. Maybe some spotty showers on Thursday, still 55. 65 Saturday, the pick of the week.
Thanks for joining us. We'll see you tomorrow.